Up, guys? I am still figuring out the lighting situation in my room. I haven't really done a video like this before, so it's a little weird, but I'm gonna get used to it. Just figuring out the lighting. I feel like I should have done this before, but ooh, oh, how does that work? Okay, I think this one's not bad. All right, but this one's kind of like daytime, kind of, right? I could fuck with the brightness a little bit. That's fine. That'll do for now, right? Okay, guys, so welcome to the very first video in this channel. My name's Maddie, like the mat. The mat is very symbolic for me because it's where I found home within myself, and I always have a mat lying down in my room because I know that no matter what I'm going through or no matter how I feel in the moment, I can always come down, have a moment on the mat, and reconnect to myself. So very um it's very essential for me to have that. It's a very essential practice for myself every single day, and I'm a big believer in just doing the things that really make you feel warm, connected, and safe in your body every single day so that you can continue to move through life and this beautiful life experience in a pace that works for you, right? We're not all running the same race, so it's very important to stay true to yourself throughout that race. Today's video is on discipline. And I actually had this video requested by one of my followers from Instagram. And I'm so glad that it ended up being this topic because it's like, oh, look, discipline. Like, I've been saying I'm going to create content for like the past year and I haven't actually done it. And it's like, okay, like, you know, rule number one of discipline, like, discipline is not an outcome or a destination, it's an act. Like, you have to do it. It's not a how you do it, it's just like you just do it, and then while you do it you figure out how to do it, right? So the how doesn't come first, right? Like, the action comes first and then the how automatically appears, right? Because in order to think about when you get like a job, or if you've had a job, like the first day on the job you have no idea what the fuck to do, right? But then as you do it, that's how you learn, right? So that's rule number one of discipline. Yeah, also gonna look down a little bit, guys, because I wrote some notes on this because yeah. Okay, rule number two of discipline: make it a priority and a core need. Don't make it an option. Like, humans are only like inclined to act to things that you have a strong enough connection to. So if you make a strong enough connection to what it is that you're doing, then you're more likely to do it, right? We only really value what's important to us, and if something's not important to us, we're not going to invest the time. So it's really up to you to find that connection and that thing that stimulates your inner fire every time you're going to do this thing to make you do it long term, right? Rule number two of discipline is to make it seamless. Like, a lot of times when we're starting something new or we're starting a new habit, like, it's just there's a lot of chaos, a lot of mess, a lot of energy misdirected in the air. We want to make sure that we just center ourselves, number one, so that we can direct our energy properly. And we center ourselves by creating the optimal environment within, but also without, right? We can center ourselves by connecting to our breath, which we always have a connection to, but also we can kind of like hack our environment to make us more likely to act and also make us feel more, I guess you could say, aligned, right? It kind of goes back to like, okay, like if you want to like work out or make it easy to go to the gym, like have your clothes already ready to go, and so you could just put them on, run out the door. For me, that's like the perfect example because up until like the past few weeks, I've been just literally like completely living out of my gym, like fucking clothes, everything in my fucking gym locker. um but I was also training there too, and it just made life so much harder because I had a lot of shit fucking up my shoulder, which was already fucked up at the time and is improving, thank God. Um, yeah, a lot was happening and I was not helping my situation at all. So, for the past like 2 weeks, I've actually made it a habit to work out at home. And that has been transformational because I have not missed one day, literally. Like I've just been on it day in and day out. And essentially, that's what we want. We always, that's another thing too, always keep an eye on the bigger picture. I know me, like I'm huge on like all the little details and all the minute parts, but it's like keep an eye on the big picture, the big goal, and just do whatever it fucking takes. Commit to doing whatever it takes. That's it. Don't even give yourself an option, because when we give ourselves options, that's when you have problems, right? You go out to a restaurant, you have a billion options. I'd rather just go to the restaurant in my mind, like this is what I'm fucking eating, and I don't care if it's like not on the menu, like we're gonna make it work. Like we're gonna pull things apart, like just have a plan, execute the plan to the closest T, like the closest that you can. Like that's always should be the goal, priority. And brings me to my next point. Really make sure that you have a system that locks in the thoughts, habits, and emotions that are conducive to the outcome that you're trying to create, right? When you have a system, I love systems, and I feel like the story of my life has been systems. I've worked different systems. Like I create systems. I do this shit for like a living. Like I'm all about like a computer. Like if like I'm an actual computer. Like I built myself like that throughout my life, and I feel like that's why it's not so hard for me to talk about discipline, because I mean it's been my reality forever. Like I've been like ever since I was a kid. Like I literally, I mean, of course it was harder at that time because it wasn't accustomed to me, but like once you do it, like discipline is like once you go black, you never go back. Like you have to go through an extreme process to make your hair lighter again. So think of discipline like that. Like once you really hit it, and I mean really hit it and feel like in your body what it feels like to embody the habit or outcome that you want, there's no going back. Like there's no going back because you already made that connection and that feeling in your body. And anytime you're gonna go astray, your body gives you like an energetic signal, like, oh, you're not going in the right way. You know, it's kind of like the emergency brake, right? It's like, oh, stop. And I literally feel it in my body too, because I'm so trained at like everything I do. Like I know when some like energy shifts, and I know when like I'm very connected to my intuition, and I would say that's my strength. Yeah, so you really want to just lock in the thoughts, the habits in a system so things could flow, right? Flow builds momentum. Momentum is just what makes the magic happen. That's what magic happens. So yeah, just get into a system that just helps things flow easily. And I would say the next discipline tips would be to just have like routines and rituals that really just lock in the habits and the mindset that you're trying to create. And it really just helps you place all of your energy into like one container, right? Like picture like we have like 3 different energy buckets, right? Or no, let's do that. You know, like if you've ever been like to an arcade and you have like a basketball hoop, and like you have 3 basketball hoops and you're trying to like make it to the middle one. Like if you focus all your energy on getting it to the middle one, you're more likely to hit it. But if you're like, you have no aim and you're trying to hit all 3, you won't hit any of them. So this is very relatable to energy. Like you want to allocate all of your energy to one container, one focus, and this happens through our rituals and habits, right? Rituals, habits, routines, they help lock in our thoughts, energy, and the habits that we want to create. And they just help center ourselves, right? So that our energy isn't all over the place, right? Because when our energy starts to like leak all over the place, that's when you hit a mental burnout, and that's when you're just like, fuck it. And I've been there, like when you're building a lot of what? That is so weird. Anyways, when you're building like a lot of oh, I think it's when you were like that. No? Anyways, when you're building like habits and stuff, you want to make sure you preserve as much energy as possible, because that's what's gonna get you to act, right? The brain is like the powerhouse. So you want to make sure that you're working in your brain's favor, right? You're working in your brain's favor and not against it. You want to use your brain. Our brain is such a great machine, and it is to be used. So yeah. And the last discipline tip, finally, I feel like I've been ranting for too long, but the last discipline tip is to view discipline as, just like health, it's a way. It's not a destination. You're always headed there. You want to head towards discipline. You don't want to think that you arrived, right? Because essentially we never arrive. We never arrive at a place. We never arrive at discipline or a trait. We can only head towards it, right? Like when somebody says you're an honest person, are you an honest person, or do you act like an honest person? Are your thoughts, habits, and energy in alignment with honesty? That's what it is. We want to project our energy that way. And that's when we actually acquire the discipline, because we focus on the way and not the destination, right? It's all about the process of choosing, and that leads you towards the direction, right? Because you could be disciplined today and you could arrive at discipline, but if you don't do the same things that you're doing today, tomorrow, then are you really disciplined? No. So you never really arrived. We never arrive anywhere. We just head towards somewhere. We're directing a way. And sums up discipline for you guys. I hope you guys learned something. It was an absolute pleasure. Feel the love in the air. I feel good, guys. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.